Me, in some degree, was actually visiting Wray. And with Naomi meeting her, there was this really playful competition.
Peter, of course, introduced me as the girl that was playing Anne Darrow, and she was like, "I'm Anne Darrow." There is only one Anne Darrow.
She was toying with us because she definitely had a very mischievous sense of humour. But what was interesting for Naomi, because she was playing an actress from 1933, was that she was able to ask a lot of questions about the profession of acting in the 1930s.
A series of questions were thrown at her, and she would just sit there, and then we'd think, oh, right, okay, maybe we've overwhelmed her with too many questions. And then she'd go, "No, no, no, and no to everything you just said." You know, it was like, wow, it was just the way she said it. It was like old-fashioned dialogue, I don't know.
Even though she was 96 years old, she was still an actress at heart. Because at one stage, Naomi's walking across the living room, the apartment we were in, and Faye suddenly says, "How much do you weigh?"
And I said, oh gosh, I don't know, Faye, 110, 115, I'm not sure. And she went, "I weigh 100, 99 in the morning."
And that was a wonderful evening, very, very emotional. I was just couldn't believe that I was meeting Wray, and she was wonderfully gracious.
He was just telling her how he was in love with her from the moment he saw her in King Kong, and how wonderful it was to actually meet her. And he had a kind of emotional moment, and it was really sweet.
And then at the end of the night, a wonderful thing happened. She grabbed Naomi's hands and she said to her quietly, but I could just hear it, she said, "Anne Darrow was in very safe hands, my dear, very safe hands."
And that sort of just really moved me. I felt like, wow, okay, I've got her permission. It was a real great high note to end on.
I actually met with Faye 2 or 3 times after that initial meeting, because ever since 1995, when we'd written our first screenplay, I just thought it would be wonderful to have Faye saying the lines, "It was beauty killed the beast." And I asked her if she'd be interested in doing a cameo, and she said no. And the very last time I met with her, she whispered to me, "Never say never." But it wasn't really to be, because she died a couple of months after that last meeting. So, with Faye Ray's death today, I guess it sort of puts a very final close on what was a dream of mine. It was been a dream of some 7 or 8 years, ever since we were going to do King Kong in 1996, to have her sort of do a cameo. And we came very close, and for the worst possible reasons, it's obviously not going to happen now.
He really was looking forward to working with her. And even though it would have been a really small part, it would have meant a lot to him.
Faye Ray to me was like almost my first crush, I guess. And it was actually overwhelming to meet her. I absolutely value the experience that I had meeting her and getting to know her a bit. And, that far outweighs the importance of having her do a cameo in our movie. I mean, at least I got to meet her, and we'll always be grateful for that chance.